Alright, finally, we are here for the awakening, and for me to go over this monster right here, Super Saiyan GOKU Black. I'm a big fucking fan of this unit. Now, I know there's been a lot of discussion with people. It seems like people kind of, sometimes they have a problem with a copy-paste like Gotenks, and other times they don't care when it's like, you know, this Vegito Blue or this Rose. I do kind of agree with them, but I never really mind kind of the updates for units. I guess I would say if that they're gonna do this, they wait a little longer than they do. Because here, we'll go ahead and awaken Rose right now. We're about 13 months since this Rose came out on JP. Now, honestly, I would say if they could push that time frame up to like 15, 16 months, something like that, that would be a little bit more... I don't know, I think good, because, you know, look at someone who, like, goes in really deep on these banners right here to rainbows them, and then, you know, so soon, oh, boop, immediately a new Rose, F you. Now, obviously, that's probably only really a problem for whales, and me personally, I don't have a problem with it, but I have seen many people kind of say, like, I'm not the biggest fan of, like, these copy-paste that they kind of do, but, you know, Rose and Vegito Blue were both so fun that I do think a lot of people are giving them a pass right here as well. So give me 1 second, guys. I'm gonna go ahead and level him up. We'll hop into an event. We'll go over his team, the options, and, you know, we'll kind of go over, you know, some stuff. 1 second. Okay, so we got Rose GOKU Black fully leveled up. Here is the team that I will be rocking. Now, between the hero and villain teams, I'm probably gonna do a video on this. I think I want to go through a video kind of breaking down you know, team building for a hero team and also team building for a villain team, because in particular, I've had a lot of people ask me about the hero team, about, you know, Super Saiyan 4 Goku, LR Gohan, Super Saiyan 4 Vegeta on a hero team, and I did talk about it in my Vegito Blue showcase, like, you know, that Super Saiyan 4 Goku is maybe not the best, but people are still commenting, kind of asking, like, oh, don't you have Super Saiyan 4 Goku? So, this is the squad I'm going to rock for this video with Rose GOKU Black, but I'm going to do a separate video talking about different team builds you can build. I'll say between the two teams, the villain team is, like, you have way more options that will work really well compared to the hero team, which is a little limited based upon Vegito's links and other links and stuff like that. So let's just start off by going through Rose GOKU Black. We'll go over his leader skill, you know, how useful he is, all this stuff. So, this is Punishment of Anger, Goku Black, Super Saiyan Rose. His leader skill is, if the team has every type represented and they are all extreme, then Ki 3 and HP attack and defense 120%. So, of course, backing out, this means you got to get your STR type for me, which is Rose. The leader does count, by the way. Your leader can be the strength unit on the team. You don't have to bring another one. Our AGL unit, LR Majin Vegeta. Tech unit, LR Goku Black. Int unit, LR Bojack. Physical unit is Omega Shenron. And then, of course, that last slot, you could use whatever with. Any typing, it doesn't matter. You can have, you know, we could have 3 STR types on the team, for example, because we could have double Goku Black, and let's say I had LR Broly. Obviously, you guys know I'm the biggest meme around when it comes to LR Broly. Never been able to pull him, even though he's easily the most common of the zonable LRs. Not been able to pull him. So if I did have him, I would probably slide him into that slot over Toa. So the teams are very varied. I really like how they did it, because they let you have a rainbow team, but it does have to be a true rainbow team. I think that's actually, like, that's surprisingly, like, I don't want to use the word balanced when referring to Akatsuki, like, game design, but, like, it's a good way to keep these teams from being just nuts. Like I do like what they did, because, like, for example, I would probably run, like, you know, 3 or 4 int units on the hero team if possible. You know, I'd run Super Saiyan 3 Bardock, int Gogeta, maybe even Super Saiyan 3 Gohan, you know, rather than, you know, bringing, like, you know, the GT Super Saiyan 3 Goku or whatever. So, going back to Rose, Super Attack is the Chaotic Dance, which is immense damage to the enemy and raises extreme type allies' attack by 30% for 1 turn. Now, this is the Scythe. This is Rose GOKU Black using that fucking Scythe of his. So awesome. Absolutely love it. This is what we all wanted. We all wanted Scythe Rose as a card in Dokkan. We got him, and he is better than we could have hoped. Now, one thing I do want to point out is that there is a lot of misconception about the second part of his super, where he raises allies' attack by 30% for 1 turn. Now, as I understand it, it's not a true 30% buff to like all allies, but what it actually is it raises their like the multiplier on their super attack or something like that. So it's not actually a true 30% buff, but it is a nice little buff regardless. So it will definitely cause some of your, other allies to hit harder. Now, his passive skill, Mutation of Anger, he gives himself attack 120% at the start of turn, and then key +3 and defensive 50% for extreme type allies. And then super type enemies get attack and defense -20%. So that's a mouthful. He does a lot. He's just an amalgamation of a lot of different really good units. He has 120% attack bonus. He gives 3 key and defense 50% to any extreme type allies you've got, which, I mean, again, this is one reason the Hybrid Saiyan team is so good, is because you have LRs with, the best stats, the best defense in the game anyway. And then Ultimate Gohan is there giving them that 50% buff so that you basically can't be touched. Same thing is going to happen on this team, where we'll have so many LRs floating around and they're going to have a massive defensive buff. It's just going to be absolutely fantastic. And then Rose is going to be lowering, if we're fighting a super type enemy, he's going to be lowering their attack by 20%. Another awesome thing. So this guy just covers so many bases, does so many things well, and I've seen that he is incredibly useful on Super Battle Road as well. So if we look at his links are Super Saiyan, Big Bad Bosses, Dismal Future, Prepared for Battle, Nightmare, Fear and Faith, and Fierce Battle. Godly link set, perfect for a villain team, perfect for Extreme STR, perfect in a lot of cases. I mean, everyone loves Goku Black, and they really do him justice in Dokkan. Outside of base form Goku Black on the Japanese version of the game, all the Goku Blacks are incredible in the game. So let's go ahead and take a look at his categories. He does have 2 categories. We have, of course, the Realm of Gods category, and we also have the Patara category. I'll probably do videos on both of those category teams, like an updated video on them, now that we have both Rose and the new Vegito Blue on these teams, and see how useful they can be. Now, we're just going to hop in because I've already been going for a long time. Let's just hop in. Again, I'm going to do a team building video on this team. Kind of talking about what units will be very useful here. Like, okay, here's an example, right? A lot of you guys will know that I'm not the biggest fan of Int Kid Buu. He hits very hard and he heals, which is awesome. But his links are very, very bad unless you're specifically going to be pairing him with, like, Buhan. If you pair him with Buhan, you can make it work because he's going to activate so many attack links, he'll hit so hard. But if you're not activating his attack links, you're not able to get him some kind of support, Kid Buu just doesn't have a chance to shine. But on this villain team, with 2 of these DM Roses floating around, you're not really going to have that issue. Like, you're really going to be sitting pretty. So there's just so many units. Like, villains do a lot of really fun things oftentimes, but the problem is usually their links. Akatsuki loves to kind of fuck villains over with links. Like, despite the fact that you have easy links like Fear and Faith and Nightmare that you could give to all villains, they never fucking do it. So many villains, I'm looking at you, Angel Golden Frieza, just don't get those quality links that will really enhance them. So a team like this, where you're going to have 2 Rose Goku Blacks, so that's the leader. If you keep him on rotation in each turn, he's going to be given that, the 3 key to the whole team. That's a big deal. That means you're going to be hitting your supers all the time. Huge, huge, huge advantage. So if you guys notice, the one kind of unit that I'm bringing here that maybe you guys would kind of think like, oh, truth, why are you bringing her, is Toa, the unit with the best legs in the game. Now, she is very good. The villain's survivability is outrageous. Like, they're able to just survive between Rose's defense, LR Goku Black's healing, Bojack is a defensive monster. There's just so much good stuff going on. Now, Toa, she gives extreme type allies 2 key and attack and defense 25%, and she'll heal us if our health would ever drop down below 30%? Yeah. So, like, that's a big deal. Again, we're not gonna have to use items very often with this villain team, whereas the hero team, on the other hand, you probably are gonna be going through a good amount of items, because the hero team doesn't have the defensive options that it used to. It seems like they did kind of move away from having the, the hero team, like, because remember, back in the day, you'd have Super Vegito, who would just, nullify everything. Now, you do have physical Vegito now, but the other part, Vegito Blue, now he doesn't tank. Like, if you get a ton of supers for Vegito Blue, then by, like, the end of the fight, he'll be able to tank. Whoa. Wait a minute. Okay, one thing I gotta point out. We are fighting Vegito Blue. I did this intentionally, by the way. This is on purpose. Rose Goku Black does significant extra damage in this event, as does LR Goku Black. For a second, I was like, what the fuck? Why did he just hit for 2 million? And then I was like, oh, right. This super animation, by the way, hello? Can we get more of this, please? Look at that, so cool. So cool. Again, we got that ridiculous extra damage, but again, got 2 million attack stat. That's what happens when you pair LR Majin Vegeta with a support type unit, by the way. But you always want to be looking at that attack stat. That's the true indication of, like, how powerful the unit is actually going to be. Yeah, let's, you know what? Yes. Let's see how good Rose, let's see what LR Goku Black could do here, my boy. And then Bojack, Bojack, I've been kind of sleeping on Bojack a little bit, I'm not gonna lie, but Bojack is a monster on this team. Woo! Bojack is going to be a problem on this team because he doesn't take damage. His defense is just so fucking high. He never fucking takes damage, so we're going to be really sitting pretty. Let's have Omega hit first. Since Majin Vegeta is an AGL type, we'll kind of push him to the back. But again, like, let's take a look at these defensive numbers. Like, Majin Vegeta sitting at nearly 60 fucking K defense. Look at LR Goku Black down there. He has 100K fucking defense. You think you're going to be taking a lot of damage with this team? I mean, LR Goku Black is going to be healing every time he cycles around. If you're going to run Toa like I am, she could heal you. Now, one big unit you could use, I actually got this idea from D3, he was running him, is Kid Buu. The physical Kid Buu, I think, is actually low-key a pretty interesting option for this team, because so often, you're gonna be above 80% health, so you'll be able to get his passive, and then even if you do dip below 80%, you're then gonna have big bad bosses active. So this team is just going to be so much, honestly, in my opinion, I think this team is gonna be light years way more fun to run than a hero team. I don't, the more I think about it, the less I like the hero team, actually. I'm gonna surprise a lot of people. Like, it's like, oh yeah, I remember back in the day, the villain team was better, but the hero team was just more fun to run. This time, I think not only is the villain team better, I also think it's more fun to run. Now, obviously, I know a lot of people are gonna say, well, in truth, you have 500 LRs, of course, and that is, that is a good point, is that the LRs fit seamlessly on Rose's team, but they don't on Vegito Blue's team at all. The LRs do not fit. LR Trunks and Goten, LR Gohan, they don't fit on that hero team, and, that's a lot of power that, if you're going to force them onto the team, it's not going to be cohesive, which is not great. So that's why I'm a bigger fan of the Rose team. I've been thinking about it. I think I'm probably done with the Vegito Blue banner. I really like, it's just, I've been getting shafted so hard. I'm probably gonna, 2 more multis, I'll get a free one here. I'm probably gonna do 3 more multis on this banner, and then that is it. And then we're gonna summon until we get Super Saiyan 4 Vegeta, and then I'm gonna call it quits for summoning for a while, because looks like Jiren might be on the horizon. We'll see. Regardless, guys, thank you for watching. Later.